Hello, this is Vin Vega, your humble host, and I'm here to take you through a demo on setting up your birds for the first time. We're setting these up today on a demo lot built to resemble the average property in Second Life where you might set these animals up. The order in which you set things up matters, so make sure you set up the corners first, then the manager, then the nest and landing, then the feeder, and do the birds last. Start by resing and unpacking the starter kit, and then look for the folder in your inventory. You're going to res one corner in each corner of the property to designate the perimeter of the area that the birds can fly within. I've sped the process up a little bit in this demo to make it quicker. Okay, now that we have the corners res, next we're going to res out the manager. We're going to res the manager on top of this hedge here. You should try to put the bird manager as close to the center of the flying area as possible. It doesn't have to be exact, but closer to the center is better than closer to the edge. And let's res it out here and position it. And now click the manager and select corners from the menu to set the corners. Once you add the corners to the manager, they disappear from the lot. There are other options in the menu that let you hide the manager or hide the floating text. It tracks your birds and provides an emergency place for them to land if they can't find anywhere else to land on the property. Okay, next we're going to set up the nest. And we're going to res it out and position it right up here on top of this hedge. And you can see as soon as you res it out, it already finds the manager and loads the corners. Optionally, you can click and rename the nest too if you want. And then let's move on to the landing stick next. And we're going to res it out here on the roof. We want the birds to land along the edge of this rooftop here. And we're going to rotate it to position it. You can see where their feet will land on the stick, and we're trying to position it right on the edge of this roof here. Of course, you can always reposition it later if you have to. And now click the stick to get the menu and select spots. And we'll choose 9 spots. That works out good. When we zoom out now, you can see there's 9 places for the birds to land on the roof. And now we just have to turn the stick on from the menu. The last thing we have to set up is the feeder, and we're going to put it down right here in the front yard. Just drag it from inventory and position it where you want. And now we'll click the feeder and turn it on. And lastly, we need to put the food in the feeder, so just drag the bag from inventory and put it on the ground near the feeder. And then you'll click the bag and select Find from the menu. And then after a few seconds, you'll see the menu and select the tall feeder. And now you can see there's food in the feeder. Okay, and the last thing we're going to do is res the birds. You get 3 birds in the starter kit, 1 male, 1 female, and 1 random sex bird. And this is the easiest part, just res each out on the property and wait. As the birds come alive in world, you'll see that they automatically link to the nest. Each nest can hold up to 5 birds. And we're now resing the male bird. And watching as the male bird links to the nest as well. And when the birds take off, you'll see that they're added to the bird manager as well. And now we're resing the last bird. And now we can see that all 3 birds are linked to the nest. There are 2 females and 1 male in this case. There are some additional options you can set as well. You can make the manager invisible, as I mentioned. You can also hide the landing stick. And you can change the name of your birds and change the name of your nest as well if you prefer. Now you've set up everything you need to start your own flock. You can add more nests, more landing sticks, more birds, or whatever you like.